welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing a film that surprisingly not a lot of people talk about this film, and I've looked up on YouTube and not a lot of people have reviewed this, and I don't know why. It's kind of interesting. But the film that I'm going to be reviewing is Hostel Part 1. Hostel. The first one, this is the double pack, comes in the second one, so Hostel. Quentin Tarantino. I always butcher his name. I say his name right, then I butcher it. He's executive producer on this. Eli Roth is the director. Quentin Tarantino. Tarantino. I can't talk to them. I apologize for that. Tarantino is executive producer on this, which I feel like is awesome. I don't know how much involvement he had on this, because executive producers can have a lot of involvement, or they sometimes don't. It depends on the director, the writer, and the studio of how much the executive producer has to say. Anyways, Hostel. Love this film. I don't remember it. Like I said, I found it in my collection. I just finished watching it, and it is amazing of a film. I don't know about the second one. I haven't watched the second one yet. But Hostel, really good of a film. It came out, when did this film come out? 2006. It came out in a time again where, you had to make a standout film to stand out. And Hostel, amazing. Positives, the acting was really good. I thought it was shot very well. The intensity was really good. You don't really get to the intensity to like the close to the end, but you do get some intense moments up in there. And too, the build-up was pretty good, and I love that every corner you didn't know who to trust, because basically this small village was a part of what everyone was doing. I'll get to that. So essentially, the story was, these stories about this group. They go out adventuring, I guess you could say. They go out adventuring, they stumble upon this hotel, and to find out this hotel and everyone around it, even the police, have this like torture chamber where they torture people, and that's basically what they do. And wow. And so I feel like to me the realistic factors really turned up in Hostel. So Hostel Part 1, a lot of positives. I think there's a lot of positives to this film. I think it's shot very well. The cinematography is really good. The acting is good. The story, the premise, the kills are good. And surprisingly, there weren't a lot of. I mean, you saw some of the kills, but there weren't a lot of gore. There wasn't a lot of kills. And that really stood out to me, because in 2006, a lot of horror films started getting a lot of gore, a lot of kills. Hostel kept it very simple, almost like the mid-70s, almost like where you see the kills, you see some blood, but then it pans away. That's kind of what Hostel did. It kind of had like a throwback, like mid-70s, like 73, 74, Halloween type of kills in there. I really did like that, because it made the film stand out. And two, like, each of the surgeons have different victims, and there's different like surgeons. So Hostel, I do recommend this film if you've not seen it. Again, this is the double pack. I don't remember where I got this double pack. Again, I didn't even remember I had this in my collection, because I was looking for some films I haven't seen in a while, and this was one of them. So Hostel. Then were the positives, now the negatives. There's not a lot of negatives. The only negative I would say, there are some scenes I would have cut it out. Well, not cut it out, but I've trimmed down. There's some dialogue that really didn't go anywhere. There's some scenes that I would have trimmed down a little bit. I would have trimmed down just a tiny bit. But overall, Eli Roth, I think I say his name right, did a great job. And Tarantino, if he had some type of involvement, he did a good job as well. Because again, he's executive producer. But I don't know how much involvement he had. I don't know if he had a say in the story, the characters, because it does say presents it. Tarantino presents up top. I don't know if it's gonna focus. So maybe he did have a lot of involvement in this. I don't know, or maybe he really liked the script or something, and They just had a hard time getting this film out. They knew if they had his name attached to it, they could get it out easier. That could be, because it is hard. Because I've seen documentaries and stuff on other films of how hard it is to get a film out. So they could have did that. I don't know. But Hostel, love this film. It's behind Lionsgate, which I feel like it's pretty interesting, pretty cool that they would have this film come out in 2006 during the Saw craze. I thought that was pretty interesting, pretty cool. That they have something else under their belt that was a craze back then. I don't know how much of a craze this was. It must not be that much of a craze because no one talks about it. But Hostel, like I said, the only negative is I would have trimmed down some of the scenes. That's a small nitpick, I know, but it's true. I would have trimmed down the scenes. But again, the intensity, I was on the edge of my seat. More so to the end, because again, number one, you didn't know who to trust in the film. You didn't know if the guy was going to survive. I'm not being mean, but to me, that guy was so stupid going back for that girl. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not being mean, but I would have not saved that girl, because you don't really know the girl. You know what I mean? Like, you risk, yeah, you want to be brave and save a life and do some good, but you need to put your life first so that way you can get out of there and live another day. Hostel, I give this film a 9 out of 9. You know, it's nothing fantastic. It's nothing it's gonna blow your socks off. It's nothing, that's like Halloween or anything like that. But I feel like it is a solid, well-made. It's a well-made film. And again, Eli Roth. I probably butcher his first name, but he has some good horror movies under his belt, and he gets so much hate, just like Rob Zombie. Eli Roth also did the film Clown. Love that film Clown. Eli Roth is a good director. He comes up with some good stuff like Rob Zombie, but them two directors get so much hate, and I don't know why. I don't get it. Hostel, amazing film. I do recommend it. I do put it on a recommendation list. If you haven't seen it. If you can't find the DVD, if you can't find the Blu-ray, you probably could rent it or buy it digitally if you can't find it on physical copy. But I don't hear a lot of people talk about this film, and I thought, why not I review it? So Hostel, give this a 9 out of 9 for being a good film that came out in 2006, and I really wish more people talked about this film. Because I love hearing people's opinions about stuff, I'd love to hear more people's opinions about Hostel, how they feel about it. Let me know in the comments below, have you seen Hostel? What do you think about it? How do you feel about it? I really do love Hostel. I think it's a very good executed film. Again, some scenes will have trimmed out because they didn't go anywhere, but well made, very well made, end of a 2006 type of film. Love this film. If you did enjoy the review, big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you are new. Please hit that bell, all that great stuff. I give Hostel a 9 out of 9. I recommend this film if you've not seen it. You may see out of a good horror film. I do think it's a horror film, but it's more of a thriller horror than like, a straight slasher. I will be reviewing the second one very soon. But yeah, I will catch everyone in the next video. If you did enjoy, let me know in the comments below. Have you seen Hostel? I hope everyone had a great October 1st.